In this lesson, we're going to continue to solve system of equations, but we're going to use the elimination method. We're still going to use the two equations. We're still going to write lots of numbers and x's and y's. We're just going to do it in a different way because the problems are set up differently. Here is example 1. Negative 6x plus 6y equals 6. And 6x minus 3y equals 12. What we're going to do is eliminate one of the variables by adding the two equations together. That's legal. You're allowed to do that. You can add all of these parts together, and these x values are going to go away. What's negative 6 plus 6? It's 0. So these cancel each other out. And we're just going to write down what we get when we add these other ones. 6y plus negative 3y is 6 minus 3. That's 3y. 6 plus 12 is 18. Now we need to divide by 3. Divide by 3. And you get y equals 6. We're not done yet though, because remember, we're looking for the coordinate point where our lines intersect. We found that the y coordinate is 6, but we still need that x coordinate. So we've got to take this number and plug it back into the equation above. It doesn't matter which equation you choose. You can pick either one. I'm just going to choose the first one. Negative 6x plus 6, but instead of the y, I'm going to put in the 6 that we just found right there. Then the rest of that equation gets copied. And then we need to simplify that. Negative 6x plus 36 equals 6. And now you do minus 36 minus 36. Negative 6x equals negative 30. Divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6, and x equals 5. That needs to go in the x spot. And then that's our answer. Let's try another one. Four x plus 8y equals 20. The second equation is negative 4x plus 2y equals negative 30. Once again, we're going to add these two equations together. 4x plus negative 4x is going to cancel out. 8y plus 2y is 10y. 20 plus negative 30 is negative 10. Divide by 10, divide by 10. Y equals negative 1. We're not done yet though, because we have to take that y value and plug it back in. I'm just going to choose the first equation again. 4x plus 8. But instead of this y value, we're going to put negative 1 because we know what y is now. Equals 20. Now we simplify that. That's going to turn into a minus 8 equals 20 plus 8 plus 8. 4x equals 28. Now we have to divide by 4. Divide by 4. And we get x equals 7. You have to put those two numbers together to write your answer. The x coordinate is 7. And the y coordinate is negative 1. That's the basic process. I am going to show you another example though where the y values cancel out instead. It doesn't make the process any harder. I just don't want you to freak out because you think that those are different, because they're not. In this system, I'm going to write x minus y equals 11 and 2x plus y equals 19. Still going to add the equations together. What's negative y plus y? 0. Those cancel out. X plus 2x is 1x plus 2x. So that's 3x. 11 plus 19 is 30. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. X equals 10. We just take that value and plug it back in. This starts out with an x right away, so I'm going to start with the 10 right away. Minus y equals 11. Minus 10, negative y equals 1. Remember, this is a negative 1y, so we still have to divide by negative 1 on both sides. And y equals negative 1. I'm going to do one more example like that where the y values cancel out. If you don't feel like you need that, you can just pause the video. I just want to make extra sure that you know what you're doing. In example 4, negative 2x plus 3y equals 2. And negative 3x minus 3y equals negative 4. We're going to add those together. Negative 2 plus negative 3 is negative 5x. 3 plus negative 3 cancels out. Equals 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2. This next thing we have to do is divide by negative 5. This one's going to be kind of funky. It's going to turn out to be a fraction. It's not a big deal. Negative 2 over negative 5 simplifies to be positive 2/5. We're going to take that value and plug it back in. Instead of the x value, we're going to write the x value that we just found. Instead of literally writing that x, plus 3y equals 2. This is negative 4 over 5 if you type it in the calculator. You multiply those together. We need to add 4/5 and add 4/5. 3y then is going to equal 14 over 5. That's a 14. And then divide by 3. Divide by 3. Y equals 14 over 15. If you just type that in the calculator, I just did it in my head. So the x value is 2/5 and the y value is 14 over 15. On the two problems that are on the Google Doc I attached to your agenda for you to complete, the answers should come out to be whole numbers. There shouldn't be any that are fractions like that. If you did it correctly, they should be whole numbers. So if you're getting a decimal, probably you messed up. You want to check your work. Go back, type things in the calculator again. Maybe you missed a negative somewhere.